back up, back up.
Hazardous materials notwithstanding, I see you got here in a timely fashion. At one moment, while I confirm the cargo's condition. No damage to speak of? Thank you for transporting my cargo with care. Well now, this was not a delivery I was expecting you to bring to... I'm on the cusp of a breakthrough, thanks to you. Let's both continue to give it our all. Go ahead and connect your Cupid.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
On the network at last, eh? I've been waiting for this moment for so very long. This should enable me to increase the pace of my research into new defensive solutions. As for the cargo you brought me, it's the culmination of the Phantom Smith's recent efforts. I applied a few finishing touches, and voila! I can now share with you the data for a chiral cannon. It is a devastatingly powerful weapon that can be mounted onto pickup off-roaders. You'll find it deals unparalleled damage to BTs as well as ghost mechs. Which might come in handy, since it's not just armed survivalists that have been sighted recently. It's ghost mechs too. It's hard to say, but Higgs might be up to something. So that's all the more reason to have weapons suited to dealing with his minions. Ideally, this cannon would only be effective against BTs and mechs. Unfortunately, though, such firepower is more than enough to kill any human outright, so please use it wisely. In addition, I'm happy to share some new pickup off-roader tires that will significantly improve its traction. You can swap them in and out as you like when customizing your vehicles. I highly recommend using these if you're planning to tackle a snow-covered mountain. Thank you again for your help. I'll be sure to continue my research into ghost technology in the days ahead. I intend to look into ways of ensuring we have greater freedom of movement with our vehicles, even in dangerous areas. Any assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Oh, before you go, I have a parting gift for you. A gift I was instructed to give you by my mentor. This cargo will allow you to enhance the DHV Magellan's weaponry, per Tarman's request, I believe. I'll need some time to prepare it for transport, though. In the meantime, please avail yourself of the private room here. I'll be sure to post the order by the time you wake up. So, go on and have a good nap.
Sam, it's me. Our enemies have grown bolder and more aggressive, but I see you were all able to fend them off in the end. Chiral network coverage now stands in excess of 85% across Australia. We are already seeing indications of plate gate formation in the near future as well. Just a bit more, Sam. I know you and your comrades will finish what we've started. And to prepare for what's to come, I encourage you to rest in your private room. Be advised, Sam, that I've switched this call to private mode. We need to talk about Charlie. I reviewed the contract between APAC and Drawbridge and followed the money. By doing so, I was able to confirm that funding for Drawbridge was provided by none other than Bridges. Though they used intermediaries to obfuscate the transactions, Bridget is undoubtedly the source of your patrons' funds. In other words, Drawbridge cannot be considered as an independent civilian organization. Should these details come to light, your attempts to integrate Mexico and Australia into the chiral network could be misconstrued as an expansionist effort. When I tasked Drawbridge with these missions, it was under the assumption that it was a non-government operation. But I, APAC, and you yourselves may have all been deceived. I will continue to pursue this investigation for now. Take this time to rest and recover in your private room.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Just like old times.
Where are we?
This place does wonders for my mood. The repairs to the DHV Magellan are still ongoing, so I thought to return here and see if I couldn't make progress with our Lou investigation.
Learn anything new?
Well, at the Motherhood's facility, we managed to confirm that Lou's original serial number was none other than BB00. And this is what I found when I attempted to search for associated records. To build the chiral network, 9 sacrificial BBs were prepared. However, the network's original design required only 1. A single sacrificial BB unit, facilitating chiral communications across the entire North American continent. This approach called for what was dubbed a core bridge baby, and BB00 was a lucky candidate assigned to play this role. However, Bridges subsequently abandoned the idea, their tests having failed to yield the desired results. And so it was that the model requiring multiple sacrificial BBs was ultimately adopted.
Meanwhile, Lou was placed into storage for an extended period, and for reasons yet unknown, inherited the identity of BB-28.
Records indicate that the Bridges research team was responsible for the reclassification.
Were they trying to cover up the earlier experiments by falsifying Lou's production year, perhaps? Or did Bridges have some other hidden agenda?
I'm afraid that remains unclear.
Well, we now know Lou was born 11 years ago. There may very well have been a connection with Neil.
You know, my fondness for this place isn't wholly nostalgic. It has the most delightful hot springs, you see. Though, truth be told, even they aren't my favorite thing about it. If you can find the time, you should come visit. Give the old stones a soak.
Oh, a warm bath does sound good.
perfect treat for a weary traveler. Anyway, I'll see you aboard the Magellan.
Do you read me, Sam? This is Tarman. I've relocated my hand at last, out there on the currents, bobbing along like before. Now that our connection has been re-established, I should finally be in a position to wrap up repairs on the ship. But that won't be enough for what's coming. We need to improve our weaponry as well. South Fort Knot is home to an exceptional researcher. It so happens that they were instrumental in the construction of this fine vessel, and they're preparing the latest and greatest weapons for our use as we speak. Just a few more hurdles, Sam. Access the South Fort Knot delivery terminal and take care of the main order for me.
Platform.
Hello, Sam. Feeling rested and refreshed? I've finished preparing your next delivery for you. The equipment to enhance the DHV Magellan's weaponry. You'll find it utilizes cutting-edge technology, the fruits of our recent research. Oh, and my mentor also asked that you deliver a hearty good day to Tana. Anyway, take on the main order and pick up the cargo.
Sam, you'll forgive me for using our private line again. I did a deep dive into the DHV Magellan's provenance. While it is indeed a civilian vessel that has been retrofitted for this mission, the financing for that work appears to have come from Bridget's own accounts, just like the funding for Drawbridge itself. It would be fair to say that this would make it a government vessel, in effect. Charlie was involved in all of the relevant transactions as well. This only increases the likelihood that Charlie has connections to the UCA. Of course, it now seems likely that Charlie does not exist. In which case, these actions may have actually been the work of APAC. If everything, including the extension of network infrastructure, was simply a pretext for territorial expansion, then it's plain our company has made a grave error. Further investigation is warranted, but that will require a little more time, as will the DHV Magellan's repairs, for that matter. This is a delicate situation that requires caution, and we cannot afford to ignore the threat that Higgs poses either. As such, your best course of action is to continue to undertake main orders and prioritize linking up the remainder of the continent. As always, I will contact you if and when I learn more. Don't let us down, Sam.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
accepted. Thank you. Back up.
Delivery route.
Sam, it's Deadman. Hartman is away on the beach, so I've taken the liberty of borrowing his Ha again in his absence. I've also been making use of my own time on the beach to scour the UCA database for answers about BB-00. As I told you before, it's much easier to get around their security from here. We previously thought that BB-00 was placed into storage and reclassified as BB-28, and that this was done by Bridges to conceal the existence of the Cord Bridge baby program from the public. However, it turns out that information was falsified. And now we know what really happened. Bridges intended to decommission and dispose of BB-00, but someone intervened behind the scenes. They ensured that BB-00 was spared and sent to a storage facility where it received the BB-28 serial number. Per the official records, however, BB-00 was decommissioned, and Bridges had no reason to believe otherwise. So, Who do you think was behind this deception? Well, I determined which account was used to manipulate the BB records. It was registered to a Bridges member with the highest level access permissions. As you may have guessed, Sam, it was the leader of the first expedition, Amelie. And she did it all just to protect Lou.
It was Amelie. I can't believe she went to such lengths. It was thanks to her that you could even meet Lou in the first place then.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Welcome back, Sam. I see you come bearing gifts. Just give me a moment to check your cargo. Truth, Sam. This cargo's in flawless condition. You're in a class of your own.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Here's a little something for you. Feel free to use it. We'll prep the main cannon for immediate use and look into making improvements to the other armaments as well. It won't be long now till the DHV Magellan is fully operational. Fragile and the others should be back soon too. Anyway, I'd better hurry up and see to the remaining repairs. Thanks again, Sam.
Sam, your next objective will also be your last. Terminal Fort Knott. To put them on the grid, you'll first need to link up the Southern Environmental Observatory. It's safe to assume that this final step will be the most challenging yet. For now, you should rest in the private room to ensure you're well prepared for what's to come.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Did you sleep well, Sam? Repairs to the DHV Magellan are now complete. We're ready for you to chart our next course. The main cannon is being fitted as well, but it'll take a while for it to be calibrated. I'll let you know when it's ready for use. Anyway, the new and improved DHV Magellan is now at your service. Finish off anything you need to do out there. Then prepare to continue expanding the chiral network. We're counting on you, Sam.
Sam, this is Charlie. Your next order requires that you accomplish 2 specific objectives. First of all, you are to proceed to the armed survivalist base and destroy all the chiral jammers you find there. So long as even a single one remains active, you will be unable to use your Cupid to link up the next facility. It is therefore essential that you remove this impediment before proceeding any further. Our latest reports indicate that there are hostiles on site who are equipped with electromagnetic shields. This would give them a significant defensive advantage, so engaging them head-on in a firefight may lead to a prolonged and difficult struggle. If you intend to go on the offensive, consider the properties of your weapons carefully before deciding which ones to bring with you. After you have destroyed all the chiral jammers at the enemy's base, head directly to the Southern Environmental Observatory. A contingent of ghost mechs has been sighted dangerously close to the facility. We need to bring it onto the chiral network before these mechs can get into position and prevent us from doing so. Once you've extended network coverage, the DHV Magellan can move there to provide support. There's no time to waste, Sam.
position. Delivery route.
My time to shine. Don't mind me. Let's catch up. And we're back. Reporting for duty. fork in me, Sam. Great job. No more jammers to worry about. Let's head to the Southern Environmental Observatory.
creation. Delivery route.
Let's get this done.
I appreciate your willingness to work late. Let's see about those orders. Oh, that's great. Can't imagine where you dug this up. My research is going swimmingly thanks to you. And so I'd like you to have this. I've increased your materials allocation. Take as much as you require.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
This is a new defensive device designed for use with a pickup off-roader. It automatically targets and neutralizes rockets and other projectiles. You do well to equip it if you're anticipating an encounter with enemies using such weaponry. Ghost technology was instrumental in the development of this defensive system. As were you, Sam. Until next time, I wish you all the best.
Order completed. Well done.
creation. Delivery route. Creation. Delivery route.
company. They clearly don't intend to let us expand the chiral network. We'll have to destroy them all.
Get behind cover!
Honestly, Sam, you're incredible. We should be able to connect the facility to the network now.
Sight, mate. Not sure we'd have survived if you hadn't shown up when you did. Let me check your order info. You fought like hell, mate. Thanks for the help. You know, I can't imagine what would have happened. And now we can finally get on the chiral network. Connect that Cupid of yours.
Connection established without issue. That's a relief. Our staff have all been taking shelter underground on account of the emergency situation. But now I think we can relax a little bit. More accurate observations ought to help too. Speaking of which, we've detected abrupt chiral field disruptions in several locations. Indicative of plate gate emergence, I reckon. Keep expanding network coverage and we'll find out soon enough. Unfortunately, though, the tar currents near our facility are still looking awfully rough, so we can't declare our emergency resolved just yet. The DHV Magellan won't be able to join you here either. It's gonna take some work to get to the bottom of this mess. And I'm afraid I can't do much for you given the circumstances, but I'll be sure to thank you properly later. Just know that we're all really grateful. Take care, mate.
Uh-oh! Get cargo!
You know, truth be told, I don't really care if you and your crew link up the continent or not. Because I'm here just for one reason.
Get up!
And that's to make you suffer. Can't kill a repatriate for good. Boy, you're about to learn. There's far worse things than dying. So, let's kick it off with some pain. long-lasting flamethrower here has a little bit of an appetite for Kyrie. So, the moment you come back from the scene all covered in the stuff, flames roar to life, the body starts to burn once more. You will writhe in agony. And then you will die. And you'll return once more. Nothing you can do to get you out. It won't be long before the pain becomes more physical. Y'all caught up now? And that thing and its colorful past? The whole child of a partner who betrayed you once upon a time thing, I mean. Yeah. That's it. Suffer for me, baby. There ain't no turning gazer for you, Sam. No crossing over to the other side. So suffer. Yeah. Suffer. Through the day you were born. I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes and I'll wait. And soon I'll see your smile in our dream. And I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes. I'll wait, and soon I'll see your smile in our dream.
did he do to you?
Oops. Catch you later.
Stuck in a loop of death and resurrection. Before his high is completely incinerated, he returns to us. His body is restored, only to be burned again. Don't. Even if you speed up time, the flames won't die. Come on, Sam. Come on! I don't know what to do!
We've extended chiral network coverage all the way to the Southern Environmental Observatory, and it's all thanks to Sam. His injuries have completely healed too. Deadman, by way of Hartman's Ha, said as much after he finished his examination.
Trust me, Fragile. I'm a doctor, and I know Sam's body better than just about anyone. He's doing fine. No need to worry. Thanks to a healthy dose of Rainey's Corfall, he's as good as new. Or right as rain, as you might say. Even for a repatriate, to die and be resurrected so many times in quick succession. I feared the worst. It's a miracle he made it through.
I'm sorry to say that the tar currents near the Southern Environmental Observatory are still unstable. Consequently, we'll need to keep the DHV Magellan here to defend the facility for the time being. All things considered, paving the way to Terminal Fort Knott is a Herculean task, and Sam's going to have to dig deep to see it done.
Don't worry, Sam's up for the challenge.
Thanks to Tarman and Deadman's efforts, his Ha may have made a full recovery. But the same can't be said of his Ka. And this journey was also meant to give Sam's mind an opportunity to heal. Isn't that right, Fragile? Soon, we'll have linked up our final objective. This will mark the end of our travels together. Which means the time to have that conversation with Sam is fast approaching. I believe we should tell him sooner rather than later. But what do you think? Well, perhaps I should broach the subject first. Something wrong?
Lou's not looking right in there.
Here, show me.
What do you think? It's almost like Lou's fading away.
Is that so? And I'd say we're making progress.
I don't understand.
She asked me to help.
What?
Before we set out on our journey together, Fragile, she asked me to help you. To act as your therapist so that you could process the loss of your child. Sam, hear me out. Lou's been gone for a long, long time now.
No. Lou's right here. We just traveled across Australia together. I'll show you.
The pod you brought on this journey has been empty from the start. The truth is, I'm the one who's been operating your Odra deck. And it's because of that connection that I was able to share your flashbacks.
Hey, Sam. Can you take a picture of us?
Do you see? Nothing has changed. The pod has always been empty. We decided not to dispute what you said you saw, but to give you the support you needed instead. In this way, we believed we could help you come to terms with Lou's death.
Wait, what do you mean Lou's death? What are you talking about?
Please understand, Sam. We never meant to string you along.
Fragile was only worried about you.
I couldn't stand to leave you there. Broken. I wanted you to live. To move forward.
So from the beginning, Lou was never there? I've been alone this whole time.
You're wrong. Death can tear us apart. We'll always be connected.
No, we won't. Lou's gone. And that's that.
Trust me, Sam. We will always be with you, no matter what. You will never, ever be alone.
Sam, Tarman here. I want you to take a good look at DHV Magellan. Her main cannons are operational, and it's all thanks to you. Contact us whenever you require fire support, and we'll be sure to oblige.
Did you take a look at... that post from the Southern Environmental Observatory on the SSS? Seems ghost mechs are active in their local region, and the tar currents there are still in a rather chaotic state. This is Higgs's doing, all in service to a greater plan. We shouldn't underestimate him either, Sam. Let's take care on our way to Hartman's lab. Getting to Hartman's lab will require us to cover considerable...